Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Growth Academy. Today, we're going to have an interview with Ewa Heard. She's the founder of Courage Within Escape 9 to 5. And this is exactly the topic we're going to cover: how to quit 9 to 5 and how to become an entrepreneur. So, welcome to the show, Ewa.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for the invite.
Thank you for accepting. Let's start talking about you because maybe there are people that don't know you or never had the pleasure to meet you online. So, tell us something about your story. I want to know everything. What was your situation in the past? What is your situation now? What did you do to pass from A to B? So, go on.
Good. Okay, I've got a lot to talk about here, to be honest. So, first of all, maybe I quickly introduce myself. So I'm Eva, and I'm a business coach and mentor for aspiring entrepreneurs, or entrepreneurs who are not maybe hitting their financial goals in the business, they're struggling. So, how I work is I help people connect to their true purpose in life, true calling in life, and then we turn it into profitable business. So they can really focus on creating an impact with their business whilst creating financial freedom so they can really escape 9 to 5 without any financial worries, right? So this is what I do now. But before that, I was, of course, in my 9 to 5 job, and I was a HR manager. So please don't hate me. Please don't hate me. I know people hate HR people, but I was the nice one, okay?
It's not the
one of
best
the one of
position.
the
Yeah,
nice
I
ones.
know. I know. It's not the best position in the company. But,
Yeah.
right.
Um, so I was in HR, and everything seemed to be going well. And then all of a sudden, in the last year of my employment, I started experiencing mental health problems, depression, anxiety, severe stress. So I ended up being signed off for work-related stress 3 times in 1 year. So pretty much I spent more time recovering at home than being at work. And I tried so many different things to help me, different therapies. Nothing was helping me. I was getting a little bit better by being at home, but the moment I stepped into the office, everything would come back. So I remember this moment. I had this one big realization when I was in my office. I sat at my desk and I thought to myself, this cannot be it. Surely there's more to life.
Hmm.
Yeah, this cannot be it. Like, I cannot be working in 9 to 5 job for the rest of my life. Like, come on. And I've always had this feeling and that really deep need to help others, and I was not meeting that need in HR. And I realized that it wasn't maybe about the company itself, but it was all to do with the whole 9 to 5 lifestyle, the mindset, 9 to 5 mindset, that it was not really in alignment with me. My job was not in alignment with my personality, it was really against my core values and beliefs. And I just thought, this is not who I am anymore. This is not who I want to be. I need to change. And of course, I knew what I don't want, right? I didn't want that lifestyle, didn't want 9 to 5, but I had no idea what else I could do. It was like,
Hmm.
for all my life, I've been a HR. What do I do now?
Yeah. It's
So
a common problem for a lot of people that are in 9 to 5. They don't know how to escape because they don't know what to do and what to teach to other people, right? Or how to help other
exactly.
people.
Exactly, and I think it's because we've been all conditioned to live in that way, right? We've been all conditioned to follow the same routine, follow the same standards, and so on. So I think, yeah, so my first mission was, okay, I need to figure out what I want to do in life. I want to really connect with my purpose. I didn't want to create a business and escape just for the sake of escaping my 9 to 5.
Hmm.
I didn't want to feel stuck in my business as well. It was all about doing something more meaningful in life,
Right.
something that really has purpose, really helping people on a deeper level. So I became obsessed with figuring out, how I could connect to myself again, really raising my self-awareness. And I looked around in the office, and, being in HR actually really helped me because I was so close to employees, and I could feel and I could see that at least 90% of people on my floor were so unhappy. They were really negative, feeling really miserable, and I could see that they had so much potential, and they could easily escape 9 to 5 and do something that they really love, and they would be successful. I knew that, I knew that, and I was like, come on, we have to shift. Like, this cannot be how life is about. People should be doing what they really love, and that's how my passion started. And after connecting to my purpose, after realizing this is what I want to do, I want to help people escape 9 to 5 and do something what they love. 5 months later, I escaped my 9 to 5 job. I got qualified as a coach, and I just thought, okay, cool, I'm qualified. I'm just going to advertise myself on these coaching directories, and I'm going to be super successful. Clients will be just bombarding me with messages, wanting to work with me. And then I quit my 9 to 5 job, and the first 2 months in my business, I had nothing. No one approached me. And I realized how naive I was, that it will not just happen by chance, and it will not just happen just like that. So the 2 months in my business were the worst ever months, where I was just using my savings. It was really horrible having that like reality hit me that, oh, this is, it's not enough to be qualified. You
Yeah.
actually have to know how to create a business. You need to know how to enroll clients. And at the end of second month, I had a decision. You either go back to 9 to 5, or you really invest, and you're in this for long run, and you have to commit 100% to make it work. So I decided to invest in a mentor, and in my third month, I created my first ever sold out launch. I became fully booked for the next 3 months, and
Wow.
I've learned that strategy to really, launch, 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 and the rest is history. So that's like a quick summary.
Let me ask you, were you completely new in the entire online marketing world? I mean, did you know how to promote yourself, or did you know how to create a funnel and this kind of things, or you were completely new?
I was completely new. When I
Wow.
realized that I wanted to escape 9 to 5, of course, I went into the like education mode, learning, learning, learning. So I started reading lots of books, following lots of coaches. So of course, I was learning as much as possible. I was joining lots of events in London. That time I was living in London. Everything, all freebies. I was just digesting. And I was trying my best to do everything by myself. I was present everywhere, all social medias. I had websites. I was doing all the right things, but nothing
Hmm.
was working for me because I didn't really understand how it meant to work, the strategy behind it. I was doing all the things, on the surface level, but I didn't really understand how it meant to work. So to be honest, that's why I recognized that I can't really do it by myself. I need someone to show me the way, to show me exactly what I'm doing.
All right, got it. And talking about the technical side, because I'm on your same niche, I'm in your same market. I teach people how to quit 9 to 5, and I know that many people don't know how to start creating their own business because they don't know how to use, I don't know, they don't know anything about design, they don't know how to create a website, they don't know how to create a YouTube channel, right, like where we are right now, and they are not tech savvy at the end. And what about you? Did you know how to create a website and all the other things, or you were learning, or you somebody was helping you?
So when it comes to my website, I did it by myself. So I was learning how to do it. I use WordPress, which is probably not the easiest one when you're a beginner, when you have no idea what you're doing. And
Mm-hmm.
I spent probably the 2 months, trying to figure out the website.
Mm.
But now I specialize in helping people monetize their Facebook groups.
All
So
right.
my advice to people is you don't need a website. I've seen so many entrepreneurs investing in websites straight away, or sales funnels, or ads, when they don't really know what they're doing in terms of their business. They don't have clarity on their message. They don't know who their ideal clients are. So they invest a lot in technical stuff, whereas my approach is more about get your community together. Facebook group is
All right.
amazing because it's for free. You can do it by yourself. It is almost like your website, because you show up, people know exactly what you're doing. You can put your offers there and so on, and that's where your community is. So, and I'm a great believer in start generating money, and then once you know how to make money, you can start investing. I always say
Right.
it's good to have a website, but it's not the first thing you need to invest in, especially when you're on a low budget. And everybody, when they're starting, nobody has like so much money to be like, yeah, I'm going to get a website, I'm going to get hire a designer. That's quite a
Yeah.
lot of money to just put into your business, first day. Um, yeah.
That's true. That's really interesting, really, really interesting, because we always think that we have to create a website and then have a social profile on all the different social media there are on the web, get a Facebook page, a Facebook profile, Facebook group, and then Instagram, and then Twitter, and then try to be perfect on all of them. But
Yeah.
would you teach to someone who wants to start right now to just focus on Facebook, or would you teach to use Facebook but use other things as well? How is your method to teach people to create a community?
So So I really like Facebook, so I would focus on Facebook, but it depends on people's strengths as well. So I
Right.
help people build their businesses in alignment with their personality, their strengths, as well. So, but for me personally, Facebook has been amazing, and I believe that you need to, especially when you're starting out, just focus on one thing.
Hmm.
Be good and learn how to use it. Perfect it, and then you can start using different channels and methods and marketing channels. So that's what I'll be focusing on. And just to maybe put this in perspective, before I became a mom, so I became a mom 8 months ago, and I was trying to do everything. I was really feeling overwhelmed in my business, even though it was going really well, but I was trying, get better and better and better. And I became a mom, and all of a sudden I can only work maybe 1 or 2 hours a day.
Yeah.
And now I really simplified my business so much, and I just focus on one thing, just on Facebook groups. And now I'm having the best months ever, with COVID, outside, with just me being a mom, working like really little. And it just proved to me that it's so much better to just focus on one thing at a
Hmm.
time, unless you can work full time or you can hire people. Yeah. So that would be
Yeah.
my approach. That would be my really advice.
Nice. Okay, I didn't think to talk about Facebook and Facebook groups, but now that you mention, I think that is really really interesting. So I want to ask you a few questions about that. Actually, just a question. So let's assume that you want to help someone create a Facebook group and create a community. So you have this new student, this new client, and this person is starting right now with his or her online business, and you have to give some advice on how to start creating a community around the niche. What this person should do with their Facebook profile, and what should do about Facebook group.
Yeah. Oh, this is my favorite topic. Okay. So first of all, they need to if they already know what their niche is and who their ideal clients are, then that's the first step, right?
Right.
Then they should create a Facebook group, and there are two ways in which they can drive traffic to their Facebook groups, right? They can do it in a passive way. So I teach people how to set up their personal profile and business page in a way that it drives traffic to their Facebook group. So it's passive. So you get people joining a group whilst you sleep. You don't have to. Whilst this is set up, it sort of generates people leads to your Facebook group.
Hmm.
But there are also proactive ways in which you can do that, right? And I like that because I like to have a bit more control over how much money I'm making in my business, right? So I basically teach them that they need to identify Facebook groups where their ideal clients are present,
Hmm.
right? And there are different strategies for how they can start interacting with with the ideal clients in different Facebook groups.
Right.
But I'm really but my attention is always on building relationships. So I'm not spammy, I'm not there to be like, oh my God, just come and join to my Facebook group. I always give value. So I always tell people that, you need to have a good freebie. So it's almost like, a funnel.
Yes.
You need to have a freebie. And when you are talking to your ideal clients, you obviously talking about the struggles, what they're struggling with, what the results are that they're looking to achieve. And then you offer them the freebie that you have that will be absolutely beneficial for them. And when they want the freebie, then you say, okay, you need to join my Facebook group where my freebie is,
Hmm.
right? And in that way, they
Smart.
join in your group. And I found it that you don't have to spend hours and hours and hours on Facebook groups when you know what you're doing. So currently, my best approach is to just ask very powerful and targeted questions in different Facebook groups where your ideal clients will just comment under the question, and then you get like 300, 400 responses. And these are your ideal clients, and
Yes.
then it's up to you to like start talking to them. Or like you can group them together and tell them, okay, I've got an amazing freebie that will benefit all of you guys. And it's about your approach and how you want to do it. It's really about personality as well. Like if I know my clients, they really love the community, building connections with clients. So that I always say to people, the more time you spend building relationships, the better it is. The more you talk to your ideal clients, the better it is, because you start understanding them better. So,
Right.
and I love it. You need to build your business on tasks that you absolutely love. If you
Yes.
absolutely hate social media and you absolutely hate communicating with your ideal clients, then probably this approach is not for you.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to build a good community with genuine relationships and create a ready to buy audience, so you don't have to sell, 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 you don't have to cold call, you don't have to hassle, then that's the approach for you.
Right. And then what you do when you get these people inside this Facebook group, what is your method there to you keep creating a bond with those people and create a community and make them trust you, giving content? Or do you sell once in a while? What kind of strategy do you use inside your Facebook group?
So I focus on providing lots of value. So as you say, it's all about building trust, really showing why they should and could work with me if they wanted to. But there's so much free resources and value that a lot of people came to me and they joined my free challenges and they
Right.
could do it themselves after the challenge and they started getting clients and they're like, thank you so much for your challenge. I just got my first client. I'm just like, oh, maybe I'm giving too much value, but it's fine. That's I love what, like, that's absolutely fine, right? So it's all about creating lots of value and really connecting with my clients. So I post every day. I'm visible every single day. I do free trainings, challenges, Facebook lives. So I'm really, really visible. I'm really visible. And then I work launch to launch, right? So I launch probably every 3 months for my main
Okay.
programs. And if I feel inspired, if I want to throw another program that I'm really passionate about, then I might do more, launches more frequently. Depends, if I want to work or not. And then I just say, guys, I have a new program coming up. If this is a program, blah 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 blah. If you're interested and you're ready to work with me, drop me a message. And that's my sales.
Wow.
That's my
Okay.
sales. And people who are
Excellent.
ready, they come and contact me. So
Cool.
I always say you have to provide content, different types of content to really create ready to buy audience. So although you're working in, launch to launch, in between launches, people will still contact you if you have call to action. And if you say, I'm ready, I have one space available for my one-to-one. If anybody is interested, drop me an email or PM me, whatever. And people contact you because you build that trust. They see you as authority. They trust that you can help them. They see you as sort of expert. They've seen your results. They see the testimonials. And if they're ready, when they're ready, they will come and contact you.
Yeah. It's really, really great to talk about this because we live in this world of online marketing, automated online marketing, where everything is
Yes.
automated and everything is evergreen, and there is no relationship between the people that are interacting between the coach and the student. It's everything is already like automated and really fake at
Yeah.
the end. It's kind of fake. And it's really great at talking to talk about these things because it's my method. At the same time, I use my Facebook group, and every time that I launch, I use the same thing. Like I just talk with my audience, and I say, you know what, I'm launching this thing. Like I did the same thing with my last online course. I wanted to test it, so I just created a new post there. I said that I was launching this beta for my course, and it was going to be a lot cheaper because it was the first release of my course. And if they wanted to know something more, they could chat with me, and I could tell all the details. So, and this worked really well. And in my opinion, it works a lot better than created this entire automated funnel evergreen with an evergreen webinar and all these things that we want to create to have passive income. And it feels even
Yeah.
better, no? Because you have a community, you can talk with the people, you get to
Yeah.
know those people, and it feels better than having something that is totally cold.
I absolutely agree with you. And that's the thing, I get energy from talking to people. That's why when you invited me for an interview, I'm like, yeah, I love that.
Hmm.
But that's what really, really gives me energy, and I love that. But I understand that it's maybe not for everyone. But I get, a lot of people come to me and say, "Oh my God, I'm so happy you come, like you welcome me personally to your group," and people open up when they really feel like you're listening and they can be heard. Because as you say, in this,
Hmm.
right now everything is so automated, people don't know who they're talking to. Are they talking to the coach? Are they talking to the machine?
Yeah.
And people like that connection, and we crave for that connection. And the reason why I'm a coach, it was because I crave that connection as well. I didn't become a coach just to do an automated email sequence. The kind of, like, that doesn't give me the fulfillment.
That's true. That's true. So okay, going back to the example that I put on the table. So there is this person. This person wants to quit 9 to 5 and wants to create an online business or wants to create a community or wants to escape 9 to 5 at the end. So what would be your advice? Like to quit her 9 to 5 and start working on the Facebook group, or what else? What would be your advice to start?
Yeah, so I would say that first of all, yeah, create a community.
Hmm.
That's really, really important. I wouldn't advise, quit your nine to like. I wouldn't advise for people to do what I've done, like quit 9 to 5 and then
Hmm.
hope for the best. That was very stressful. So you can do this at the same time. You can do it at the same
Yeah.
time, and what I would also say, work on your mindset, because with my clients and with myself as well, mindset is the biggest obstacle for a lot of people. We are, our own worst enemy, right?
Yeah.
So I think mindset is huge. I see a lot of clients who come to me and they say, I can't do this. I don't believe in myself. They stall, they delay everything, and that's why it's so good to work with someone, mentor, coach, who will like keep you accountable and like push you a bit forward, but really work on your mindset. So I think that would be my priority. Like, work on your mindset constantly, work on your community, build community, talk to your ideal clients, and then create a program, product, or service that really aligns with your ideal clients. Which means, you, with your program, your service, your product, you want to be overcoming their problems, their struggles, their pain points, and you want to make sure that your program will help them reach their goals, right? The
Okay.
results that they want to achieve. So the more time you spend talking to ideal clients, the better it is, because you will know that your program is really, really needed. And once you've got this amazing program and you've been building good relationships, you're showing up consistently online, and then it's all about the launch sequence. I had to learn how to create excitement, before the launch, and it's all about, doing the launch. What are you doing to launch your program or your product? And then how will you close it? What are you doing after the launch to make sure that you get fully booked, right? And again, in between launches, you don't want to just disappear from Facebook. You
Hmm.
still want to show up. You still want people to be consistently talking to you, asking you to work with you, right? So yeah, creating the right content to create that ready to buy audience is really important. So these are the main things I would say are important.
Right. And I know that many people will have this question. How long it takes
Mhm.
to build a community, create a course, and then do a launch? How long do you think would take to a person to do something like this?
So going from 0 to 100,
Yeah.
I would say, what I see with my clients, it takes 3 months, and it depends obviously how much time you've got and effort and commitment you've got to put it into this.
Hmm.
But my first ever launch I had only over 100 people into my
Okay.
group. So I was very new, very, very new. And I always say to people, it's not always about the numbers, it's about the right people in your community. So don't just
Right.
invite anybody into your community. They need to be really aligned people who want to work with you, right? So it's not only about numbers, but it's about, spending time to really build those relationships. So I
Of
would
course.
say, and I never create a program as well. I create an overview of the program. I know what I will be teaching, what it will be involved.
Hmm.
But I never create, 100% ready program and then sell. I always have only an overview of the program, and then when I sell enough spaces, then I'm like, okay, so I've created a successful launch. I'm ready now to create a program, right? So I never do it so I never do it like all the way around, because it can take you, especially when you're new. A lot of people get fixated on like making it perfect and be 100% ready, and you will never be perfect. You will never be 100% ready. So just see if there's demand, and create a launch, and then throughout the launch you'll be talking to people. You will see their responses. If people are not buying, why they're not buying, you can ask them. You can
Of course.
then have ideas for how to improve your product or service. So yeah, so I think everything, as I say, 3 months.
Right.
I would say it can be 3 months from like having no idea about what business you want to do to creating a sold out launch.
Yeah, I know it's a difficult question because it depends on person. It depends on the type of person. It depends on your type of business, on your niche. So it's a really difficult question, but it's a
Yeah,
question that people always ask. Like, how long I have to wait before I can start making some money and quit 9 to 5
yeah.
and be independent financially. But okay, let's talk about this strategy that you just said about your course. You do a launch, but you don't have the course ready, right? And this could confuse some people. Like, why are you doing a launch for something that you didn't create? How can you do something like this?
It's because I know what I want to put in a course, right? So, yeah, so I just know what I want to add, but so that's why the overview is so important. So you know how long it will
Right.
take, how many modules there are,
I
exactly
see.
what topics you will be covering, because that's important, right? You need to know how long it will take, how many sessions you'll be doing with people, and so on. So we can create an offer as well. So I know exactly the topics I'll be covering. I know exactly how frequently I'll be meeting with my clients. I know the overview, right? But I'm not actually creating content in terms of writing it, recording videos, um, you know,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
like,
And
yeah.
then for the people that enroll for the course, they bought the course. How can you create everything, all the course in a short amount of time? And do you do this, or do you deliver little by little the course? Or what you do?
So when I started, it wasn't in my business. I was focusing first on one-to-one clients to build confidence and to make sure that whatever I'm teaching is actually working.
Uh
So
huh.
the first year in my business, I just focused on one-to-one. So I kept adding. It's not like I've created one big program and I've been delivering the same program for the last 2 years, right? I keep adding to the program, so it's not like I've started from scratch. Um, yeah, so it has been a gradual process, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So like now, for example, I keep improving. So sometimes it depends on the people I enroll into the program as well. Like the last launch I've had, I was hoping that I will be just uploading one module every week, so I can
Right.
maybe record my videos and add a bit of more content to it. But the people that actually enrolled, I realized it would be better for them to have everything together so they can go at their own pace. And I was
Right.
like, ooh, okay, so I have 2 weeks. I always give myself however much I feel I need to work. So I felt like, okay, I need at least 2 weeks to put it all together. So in that way, I know that my launch finishes, let's say, in May, and my program will be starting in July, for example, and people know that. So I give myself
Right.
1 month to just just do it so that I
Right.
don't feel stressed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really easy. It's really easy. If you think in this way, it's really easy to create a course and to do a launch even before you have all the content, and you don't know if it's gonna work or not. You can't create a course that will take you 2 months to create, and then maybe you will
Yeah.
realize that nobody wants to buy it, and this would
Yeah.
destroy your plans, right? And it's a lot smarter to see first if people want to buy a course, and then after you know that they want to buy it, you're gonna create the content. Is a lot better in this way, right? And
Yeah,
you
I think so.
said,
I know it's not for everybody, but it works for me.
yeah, and it worked for me as well. The first course that I did was just yeah, week by week, but actually it was completely live. So I sold this course that were 6 weeks. I was going live every week, and then all the people in this course, they had a chat with me. They could chat with me whenever they wanted on Telegram, and I sold my first course like this. I didn't have any content. I just had, as you said,
Yeah.
the structure of what I have to talk about, and it was just a test. And at the end, I realized that it worked because people bought it, and then I created the real course after that. So you have many
Yeah.
different ways to get through it. But I want to ask you another thing. Like you said that you do coaching one to one, right? So
Hmm.
what kind of offers you can do for your content? You can create a course, you can do coaching. What other things can you offer to your audience?
Yeah, so as I say, so what I offer is one to one, which is so normally my programs now, but I didn't start like this. They have videos, so they have preparation for our coaching sessions, so they have written modules, worksheets,
Mm-hmm.
and the video teachings in the video. So that's preparation. They can start working on it because they have worksheets, and then we have one-to-one session to make sure we're implementing everything in the right way in the business, right? So like it's very
Nice.
personalized. So that's one-to-one. I have group coaching programs where it's so mastermind that it's very, very intensive, and it's again high level of support. So it's normally typically for 5 people only. I've had also group coaching programs that are for bigger audience, for big, like, more people as well. But how I coach is I really enjoy the high level support because of the connection, and because I'm holding people and I want to make sure they get the results that they want. So it's really important for me for them to have access to me throughout the whole programs. So
Right.
they send me the homeworks, so I can check exactly what they're doing, if it's right or wrong, and so on. So yeah, group programs, one-to-ones. I also have online program, and so people can do it by themselves. It's self-study, but again, there's an option if they want one-to-one support, they can purchase that as well if that's what they want. So
Nice.
far, I've got those 3 different ways of working.
Nice, nice. I really like the entire structure there is behind your business. It's really complete. One thing that I didn't ask you earlier. So, what about someone like because you had the same problem when you were in your 9 to 5, you didn't know what to help people with. You didn't know what
Yes.
kind of market you should create your online business. And there are many people that are struggling about this thing. They don't know what to teach, they don't know what to help people with, and they think they have nothing interesting
Yes.
for an audience. What would you suggest to those people that think that they don't have anything to help, anything that they can help people with?
Yes. And this is very common because mainly people come to me when they have no business idea, right? They have no idea what they want to do. And everybody says to me, I have no experience, I have no skills, there's nothing I can really offer to people. And it's so not true, okay? It's definitely not true. So the first thing what I do with clients is we connect to their purpose, true purpose, right? And a lot of people connect to their purpose looking at their own experience. So 9 out of 10 people that I've worked, 90% of people that I work with, connect to their purpose to their own experience. So they've struggled with something, they had a horrible pain or problem in their life, and they've overcome it. And now they feel really passionate about helping people with the same problems overcome it as well. So because they've already been through that journey, because they've already overcome that problem, they already have knowledge, experience, the right skills to do that, right?
Sure.
They might not feel confident about it because they feel, oh, because I don't have qualifications, because I'm not an expert, there are other people better than me. It's all to do with mindset, right? They put themselves down, they don't have self belief. So that's something we have to work on as well to boost their confidence. But everybody has their unique strengths, everybody has the unique talents, gifts that maybe we have forgotten about because of the conditioning, right? So it's all about uncovering those. It's all about becoming more self-aware and really connecting to that. And I'll give you an example. When I was in my HR, I was doing this exercise as well. And when people ask me about my strengths, I would be like, oh, I'm really good with recruitment, payroll. And these are the strengths that obviously were all HR related. And I didn't want to do those things. I didn't want to become a HR person as my business. So it's important to connect to the strengths that you actually want to work with. And what I did, my first thing was, okay, I asked people who knew me really well, my friends, my family, about my strengths, and everybody highlighted the same, like very similar strengths. And I realized that, okay, I've got these amazing skills, strengths. What what can I do with those strengths? Who can I be as a career where I can utilize those strengths, right? Personality, I've done lots of personality tests. And the personality tests I use with my clients are, it's from Gallup Strengths Finder.
Mm-hmm.
So it talks about personality, but also highlights your strengths. So it's all about uncovering all these things, becoming more self-aware, connecting really with what you want to do.
Right. That's great. Um, okay, one thing before we close the interview, I want to have a recap from you. So let's do the entire everything that you talked about. Let's try to do a little piece that includes everything. So for someone who is in a 9 to 5 and this person wants to quit 9 to 5, what are the steps that this person has to go through to quit 9 to 5 and become an entrepreneur? What would you say?
Okay, ready? Okay. So,
Go.
first thing, first thing, connect to your purpose. Really build a business that aligns with what you love doing. And I know it's such a cliche. I really understand that it sounds really cheesy, but it's so important because I've seen so many entrepreneurs leaving 9 to 5, and jumping from one business to another, one business to another, and they fail, they're not really successful because their main motivation is money. Money is important, but your main motivation should be the why for your business, the impact you want to create, right? So the purpose. Number one, okay, I'll try to keep it really short. It's hard for me. Purpose. Connect to your purpose. Create a business that really aligns with your personality, your strengths, tasks that fulfill you and your ideal lifestyle. You want to create a business that aligns with your ideal lifestyle. Otherwise, you will resent it, you will hate it. Okay, first, purpose. Second thing is mindset. I can't stress enough how important it is. At least 80% of success is down to mindset. So please work on your mindset because your limiting beliefs will sabotage your success. So really work on your fears, your limiting beliefs, your self-doubt. Sort out your mindset. You need to create mindset shifts because you will be, a lot of us go into entrepreneurship having employee mindset. And again, that doesn't work, right? So work on your mindset. And the third thing is all about building a business. So the steps that I would say are so essential is figure out your niche. So once you know what impact you want to create with your business, once you have your business idea, it's important to niche down, right? So you are known on for one particular problem you're solving for your clients.
Mm-hmm.
Identify your ideal clients. You need to be absolutely you have to have such a great understanding of the pain points, struggles, problems that they're having, and where they want to be. Once you know that, the next thing is you create a program, product, or service that really overcome their problems and get them the results that they want.
Mm-hmm.
And then for me, it's create your brand. So you need to, create a branding to understand what feeling you want to create with your brand for your clients. And then create for me, in my business, Facebook group. So create, or for other people, create community, create a hub where you can connect to your ideal clients, right? You need to learn how to bring your ideal clients into your hub, into your community, create amazing relationships, learn marketing, learn how to launch your program. Once you learn how to launch a program, how to sell, that's it. You're home, like you're done. You've done it. So for me, these are the main things.
Beautiful, beautiful. I couldn't have explained better and in a more complete way than what you did. All right, okay, great. Thank you very much. It was really complete, and you explained everything that you could explain about quitting 9 to 5 and becoming an entrepreneur. So, if people want to know something more about you and want to find you online, where should they go?
So as you guys know, I'm really passionate about Facebook groups. So of course I've got my Facebook group. So I'm there every single day, and that's probably where I give a lot of value. So find me off with my Facebook group. It's called Meant for More, and of course I've got a website as well. So couragewithin.co.uk, or you can email me. So it's Eva, my name EWA at couragewithin.co.uk. It was lovely. I loved it, guys. Thank you so much for having me.
No, thank you very much for accepting. This was really great. It was really great. I wanted to do an interview about quitting 9 to 5, and you are the perfect person for this because I'm in your Facebook group as well, and I saw how
Yes.
passionate you are about the content and how many interesting things you can say about this topic. So, It was amazing. It was totally, totally amazing. All right. Thank you very
Oh,
much,
glad.
Eva, for being here. And I hope we're going to do another interview in the future, maybe.
Yes, of course. Anytime, anytime. I've got a lot of things to say, as you can tell. I cannot stop talking.
So we're going to do a second one.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you again for
Yeah.
attending. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.